Hey guys, Ryu here. It's been brought to my attention that some of my tutorials might be a bit too fast. Now then, let's make it nice and slow. Nah, I'm just fucking with you. Let's grab a cube and, not a circle, a cube. There we go. And we're gonna create a sci-fi building, okay? With a vanilla blender. Or in vanilla blender for the anal ones. And let's grab a screencast key. Screencast keys are on. Perfect. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna design a building, and in next part, if you guys want to, we can actually design a city. Just before we start, guys, Blender Bros is on Patreon, so if you would like to support us, we really appreciate it. We got some fantastic stuff over there for all 3 tiers, including some courses, critiques, and it's just incredible for everyone. People who use add-ons, people who don't use add-ons, you know, everyone can find something really great for themselves. And November is going to be really big, and we got some really cool stuff coming up. An amazing course for add-on workflow, so check out our Patreon, link in the video description. So let's scale this as Z. Hold Control to snap to increments. You can snap to these grids in the background. Let's go to edit mode. By the way, I'm using tab for switching between vertex, face, edge, object, etc. using machine tools. So if you don't have machine tools, link in the video description, get it. It's free, okay? And I also have a video on how to use it, so there you go. Just look up my playlist on my YouTube channel with all kinds of machine, decal machine, mesh machine, machine tools videos, okay? It's there. Now, Control R and drop it in here. Right click, Control B, and split it, right? And then go to face mode, Alt select these, G and Y, and just move it in here, right? So we got this kind of a shape going on. And in fact, you know what, we can move it a little bit more, okay? Now Control A and apply scale, okay? That's important. Also, let's enable cavity because reasons, right? It's gonna look a bit better in a viewport, right? Cool. Let me think. Let's grab a boolean, so cube, and let's go to top view, move it in here. By the way, for moving between views, I'm moving pie menu. It's a tilde key, so top, left, right, etc. right? So you click, hover, release. The same with machine tools. You press a tab button and hover, release, okay? So if you don't have machine tools, you can always do it with tab and press 1, 2, 3 to enter different states of your mesh. So like, you know, vert mode, not states, modes, face mode, etc. okay? So let's make this cube a bit bigger, and let me think. Let's move it in here and Control minus. If Control minus doesn't work for you, it means that you don't have bool tools enabled. So you go here and type bool, and you click on this check mark, save preferences, and Bob Jungle. Now, let's grab this face and SZ and scale it and do something like this. PG. Now GX, move it a little bit this way, and in fact, we're gonna flip this. So grab a mirror here and drop a mirror, and we need to bisect it to the other side. Right, now let's grab this face here on top. In fact, you know what, let's just run a loop tool. So Control R, run a loop tool, select this face and insert it just a little bit, right? And extrude it up, okay? Select this one, insert it just a little bit and extrude it up. And in fact, what we could do here is simply we have a mirror, right. I tell you what, let's not worry about it yet, okay? Let's not worry about it yet. We're gonna do it later because I want to do it asymmetrically. I don't want to have everything symmetrical because it's gonna be bloody boring, and we don't want to be bloody boring, do we? No, we don't. So let's grab it to loop cut in here. Control R, Control B to split it. Select this face, insert it, right, and EZ and move it up. SZ0 to scale it like this, and PG. Now let's grab some loops in here. Okay guys, so we're gonna have to drop a loop in here, but when we drop a loop, you see it's gonna be basically aligned to the edge of the bottom. So press E and then F to flip it, and align it in here to the top, right? Do something like this, and we're going to scale it. So in fact, scale it a little bit more like that, okay? And then E, cancel, Alt S, and move your mouse down, holding Shift to do something like this. We're going to grab these edges. In fact, you know what? We could grab this whole edge. So click here, Control click here, Shift click here, Control click here. So you select these two. Now we can Control B them and see what's gonna happen, right? Don't go too crazy because you might overshoot stuff in the bottom. This is not what we want. This is actually pretty bloody cool. I like it. I like it a lot. Grab this top here and insert it a little bit, and let's make a tall tower in here like this, alright? Awesome. And that would do. Now let's see, we could do something in the back, can't we? So let's grab this, and in fact, you know what, we could actually do Y, and extrude it onto the back. Select these edges with Control, so Shift, Control, and then Control B, and do the same thing as we did in the back. Or we could actually round it up with, you know, mouse wheel, like this. What we could do is split it like this, yeah? So select this edge, Control click here and here, then select this one, Control click here and here, and we don't have to, you know, bevel the other side, right? Now this got separated, but what we can do is select this face, Control select this face, press F, select this face, and F, right? Select this face, and F. Select this, Control select this, and F, right? And peachy. Good. Now right click and shade smooth, and of course we need auto smooth, and everything is awesome. Cool. So let's go here, insert it. Just don't go too far, because if you go too far you're gonna overshoot it, and you know, do something like that. Okay. Awesome. Let's grab these two edges with Shift. So now we're going to chamfer these. Okay, so Control B and scroll your mouse down to enable chamfer. Don't go too far because you're gonna clip it. So you know, don't go too crazy. Yeah? Something like that. So there's a different shape on top and the bottom. This looks pretty awesome. All right. Let's grab this one and do something crazy in here. So this probably not gonna be looking too hot. Yeah, this doesn't look too hot. So we're gonna select the whole edge and Control B and just scale it like that. Select this edge with Control GZ and move down, and peachy. Now I want to chamfer these. So let's select these two edges, right? These two edges, okay, and dissolve them, right? Now we need to also get rid of these edges in the middle here. So press F, right? But so otherwise you cannot chamfer it. And now we're gonna chamfer this. So Control B and chamfer it. And it should be okay, but you know what, I'm gonna remove these two as well. Okay, dissolve. We can chamfer it deeper. Okay, you see, a little bit deeper. Something is in the way here. I wonder what it is. I think it's this one here. So here's what we're gonna do. Run a loop here on top, and if you can't we? 1 2 3 4 5. Oh, there's an angle on here. Right. So here's what we're gonna do. We're going to run an edge here. Okay, so from here press C and go down here. Did it work? Probably not. So one more time, press K for knife, go here, C, and go down and press enter. And we could do the same thing on the other side. Now I'll show you a cool trick. Okay, if you are in side view here in orthographic, okay, you can press 8, okay, twice, and then click. It's gonna rotate it, your camera, your view, slightly upwards, and it's gonna be easier to do this, right? So press K, select this vert, then C, and it's gonna cut perpendicular to the cut's gonna be perpendicular to this bottom here, right? And now we can actually, what we can do is select these two three faces and press F to merge them, and now we're probably gonna be able to you know, chamfer this without problems. We're still running into problems. Fascinating. I wonder why. There is some kind of oh, there's a vert here. Right, combine these verts. So click, shift click and 1 with machine tools, and now I think we can do this without problem. There we go, that's what I want. Awesome. Now this one I also want to chamfer just a bit, yeah, so click, control click, and just chamfer a little bit, not much, a little bit, yeah, just for the fun. We need some interest in here because it's a little bit boring on the side, to be honest, but I know what to do. We're gonna do it later. Let's grab a quad sphere and bring it in here. See, I'm rhyming. That's how awesome I am. So let me think, as they say in England. Let me think a bit. All right. Man, I wish I had a Cockney accent. This is my dream. Yeah, Cockney accent would be amazing. Proper geezer, innit? Okay, let's bring this somewhere here. This actually looks pretty badass, to be honest. Me likes. Okay, select this, and this, and Control plus, and what the hell? Select this one, Control plus, boom, done. And now we can actually apply all the booleans. So let's bring this boolean above the wait. Which one is it? Yes, good, above the mirror. And let's apply all these booleans. Peachy. Now let's grab we can delete this. And this is a square, right? So we can delete it too. Let's grab another cube and bring it somewhere here and squash it. And we're going to press S, Shift Z, which will scale it on both axes, Y and X, but not on the Z, which is what we want. And bring it somewhere here and put it a little bit, maybe, middle is up, maybe middle is okay. Put it somewhere here and Control minus, yeah. Peachy. So that's that. And we're going to grab this, thing and Shift D, go to side view and GZ and move it up here somewhere. Make it a little bit narrower and bring it higher. And GY and move it in here, and then we're going to array this. So select this shape and array, and we're gonna array this not on x-axis but on z by 1.5, I think. Let's just Control minus this. That's the spirit. Now let's see this. Let me just make this a little bit smaller and make this distance a little bit larger and increase the number of cuts to that many. Okay, GZ, and yeah, that will do. Okay, perfect. And we can apply this modifier here, bring it above the mirror, so it's actually mirrored. I mean, bring the booleans above the mirror, so first booleans and then it mirrors, meaning it's gonna be reflected on both sides of the building, yeah, not just one. There's a shading issue, but it's caused by lack of sharpen, because you see this edge, right, is simply of a too shallow angle for the auto smooth to catch it. This one is shallower than 30 degrees, so we need to simply mark it sharp to remove it from the auto smooth calculation. Probably gonna be a few edges like this in here, like this wanker here. See what I mean? Mark sharp. And where are you, sneaky bastards? I think that's it, basically. That would do. It's a pretty cool building, actually. I like it. Alright, we need to do something interesting in here. So Control R, loopy, and then Control B, do something like that. Then E, cancel with right mouse button, Alt S, and mouse down, hold Shift, boom. And we got ourselves a nice tower, yeah? And this one also needs something, so let me think. Let's combine these two, and then Control R, loop, PG, and then we're gonna drop some loops here, like this. Chihuahua. Let's break this, let's remove this one, so the loops will not go through. Oh, they fucking go through. You cheeky buggers. Let's subdivide this edge for a while. So there's a vert here, which means there's an angle, so these loops will not go around. And also we're gonna do the same thing temporarily in here, so subdivide. Okay, cool. So now when I'm gonna add loops, they're gonna be only here. See, tricky trick. And then do this, and then E, in fact, you know what, let's make it thicker. Okay, let's make it like this, and then I press I to insert, and then E cancel, Alt S, and mouse down to scale it, and boom, perfect. And we can remove these buggers because, you know, I hate unclean geo. Yeah, so okay, can chamfer this. We can chamfer this one as well here. We could grab these two, or in fact, you know what, we could grab these and these with control, then press I to insert them and make them really narrow. Okay, really narrow. In fact, you know what, I'm just gonna grab these and make them really narrow, right, like this, right, and then I'm going to press E, cancel, Alt S, and moving my mouse down to insert it. I'm gonna be for some lights in here. It's gonna look pretty cool. And we could cut this one in here as well, so Shift D and grab it in here, scale it down a little bit, and we can array this as well, right? So grab an array and make Z-axis by 2, and let's cut it, so Control minus, and then we're going to introduce more segments like this, move it down, right? And then we're going to move it, not move it, offset it on the y-axis, so GY, and move it somewhere here, and this should look pretty freaking cool, right? Right. So hide it, and how we're looking good. We're looking a little bit too close to here, this cut here, you see, this small one. Where is this cutter? This one. It's a little bit too deep, so GY, I don't want this. There we go. That's perfect. You know, something like this would work for me, right? So select it, and where's my boolean? Boolean above the mirror, of course, as always, and apply. Boom. Sort it. K. Yeah, this looks pretty cool. I like it. We could have some kind of an entrance here, whatnot, and you know, insert it like this, and grab these two, and Alt A and bottom. This is gonna drop them to the bottom, which is what we want, and grab this one and extrude it, and you know, GY, and do something like this, and we're going to chamfer this to make it really cool, and then insert it. Whoa, not this one, just this one. Insert it and extrude it inside, right? And this one we're gonna drop down, so GY, and just drop it down like this. Okay, and there you go. This could be like a massive entrance to this building, and we could in fact insert it just a little bit and extrude it like this. Yeah, we could lose something. You could use something in here as well. So if I select these, it's gonna be a whole loop. So again, we're gonna do the trick with the n-gons. If I subdivide this, it's gonna subdivide all of them, you see? That's a pretty cool trick. So do the same here and subdivide, right? And then if I select these, it's gonna be only to an extent. So select these and E, cancel, Alt S, and move it inside, and boom. And then we can clean it up with 3. Machine Tools is gonna clean all this unnecessary verts, so peachy. And well, this looks pretty cool in my opinion, I think. And you know, what we could use is a bit of a bevel. But bevel is gonna mess things up. So let's add the bevel, shall we? So the bevel, and let's also need we also need to add weighted normals. The bevel should be 3 segments, not 4, 3. Switch to angle, and also we need to turn off this clamp bullshit. So hold Shift and make this bevel smaller because it's, you know, mental. And we need to fix a few problems. Okay, so go to occlude, which is going to enable the X-ray mode. It's the same thing basically. Okay, and select these two, and boom, and you know, combine this rubbish in here. So we're gonna clean this up, and like this, Doesn't have to be perfect, guys, because you know this building's gonna be in a distance. Shift 1, boom, done. And on the bottom here as well, we need to, you know, clean all this junk. Somewhere here, this looks a bit weird. Something not right here. No, that looks fine. Okay. In the bottom here, we could use a loop here too. You see this the shading breaks. Okay, now we got an angle going on in here. It's gonna be a little bit more difficult to do this, but we can beat this. So let's grab a knife with K and just simply draw something like this in here. Okay, and press enter, and then let's grab a knife and, you know, draw it in here, and then draw it over here and to the edge, and click and K and click, click and click. And this is gonna fix all these shading issues here. You can GG, move it up a little bit, and press E and then E and just move it up and align it with this edge over there. And shading fixed. This edge disappeared. Oh, this is an interesting one. Because we're running a bevel at 30 degrees, which is basically the same one as shading angle here, the auto smooth, right? If you go to bevel, you can see it's 30 degrees. We have two options, right? We could change the bevel angle, which is dangerous because if you have a complicated geometry, you could change bevel of, when you change bevel to a lower angle, you could start picking up or on faces which, you know, or edges which should not be beveled. Okay, it's gonna be it's gonna make your mesh look faceted. So what we're gonna do instead, we're gonna collapse all these bollocks here. Okay, then we're gonna add another bevel, right? We're gonna move this bevel above the weighted normals, and we're gonna switch this from none to weight. 3 segments, and now we're gonna go to edge mode, select this edge, okay, with control, right click, and bevel weight, and make it 1, and boom, there's your bevel. It's a bit wide, so we're gonna turn off this clumping rubbish and hold shift and make it a bit smaller. Yeah, so there you go, there's your bevel, and it literally runs only on the edges which have bevel weight. So now you need to find all the edges that cannot support the why this is crooked. That's what I want to know. Fascinating. Alt Control A and apply scale, and then simply, you know, bevel it manually like this, right? Sorted, because I don't have time for this. Let me see here. Let's just remove this garbage, and I think the rest seems fine. We got some problem in here, so let's select this edge and bevel weight. Cool. And anywhere else? I think we're fine. I think we're fine. I think we're fine. Cool. So let's grab this edge, this whole edge, right? So let's select this face, right? This face and this face. Go here and select boundary loops and Control B and chamfer it, okay? Like this, right? So it's gonna look pretty cool. And then let's grab this edge with Alt and then Shift click on this edge. So you're gonna select this whole edge, this whole edge from here to the, you know, to the other side, and Control B, and then scroll your mouse and create a manual bevel in here. Okay, so it's gonna look better. This one is cool. Everything is cool. We could create like a really small tower in here, or maybe even 2 towers. So Shift D and P to its own selection and grab this one, and Shift S and origin to geometry. So the origin point's gonna go back to geometry. Scale it, and then E, extrude it, and scale it some more. Move it on X-axis, move it down, and Shift D and scale it and extrude them. And this one's gonna be a little bit slower, smaller. So select them both. So select this one, Control J. Come on, Control J. Ready now. I think I copied the modifiers as well. So remove the mirror and the bevel and the boolean and the weighted normals. And same here, just remove everything. select both, Control J, and then select this one and Control plus. Okay, one more time, select this, and Control plus. Boom. And then we're going to move this boolean on top of here, and it should be fine above this bevel. There we go. And apply. Whoa. Right. First apply the mirror. Right. Then apply the boolean, because otherwise it's gonna be mirrored to the other side, and we want this to be asymmetrical. So anyway, guys, this will be our SCI-FI building. Let's grab a floor and, you know, create something like this. And go to the side view, GZ, move it down, meet the floor, and preferably we could add some, what do you call this thing? Solidify, that's the one. And let's just move your mouse down, this thickness downwards, so you can create something like this. Okay, cool. So this would be our building, and in the next video, you know, let me know if you would like me to design a simple, like a city view, you know, very simple one. Okay, nothing complex, but you know. And that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Give us a like and a sub if you did. And as usual, links to all kinds of add-ons in video description: hard-ups, box cutter machine, tools, mesh machine, decal machine, all these beautiful things that we can use in Blender for hard surface. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Catch you next video.